So Manchester United have made not one but two mistakes this transfer window, and it's never been more evident than this weekend. So you look at the Manchester United game versus Southampton. Man United drew at home to Southampton. We had a lack of firepower, we weren't very assured in midfield, and we eventually made a defensive mistake. And that's been par for the course for the past 2 months. Even since Rangnick's taken over, even though we look like we got some kind of identity, we're still just fucking these games up. And then you look at what we've done in the transfer window. We let go of Anthony Martial, and we let go of Donny van der Beek. And then you look at what they've done for their new clubs. Anthony Martial for Seville. First goal that they scored, he makes a run that takes the defender away, allows the striker to shoot, results in a goal. Second half, loads of good play, back to goal, lots of skills, drawing loads of fouls, making tackles, which by the way he was always unfairly criticised for at Manchester United, lack of work rate. He made tackles, he had his back to goal, he held the ball up, he dribbled past players, he drew fouls. And then you look at Man United and you've got no one that's doing that. Apart from Jadon Sancho. Sancho played well in the first half. But other than that, no one's doing that shit. So it's a massive, massive mistake to have let Anthony Martial go out on loan. People are talking about Ronaldo's goal drought like he was ever scoring loads of goals for us this season. He scored a lot in the Champions League, that's it. His Premier League record's never been that good. Other than the first 3 games, it's not that great. And it's not going to be that great. Ronaldo's not someone that can come and score 30 goals in the Premier League anymore. I know we all kidded ourselves that was the case, but that's not true. He might be able to help us do well in the Champions League, but he's not there for the Premier League. Donny van der Beek as well. You look at the goal that Manchester United conceded against Southampton. Now, I'm not going to say that he's a better individual player than Bruno Fernandes or Paul Pogba. However, you look at that goal that they scored. If he's playing instead of Bruno Fernandes was pressing the back four with Ronaldo. I think they were both offside. They're both offside for that goal. Donny van der Beek would have been back in that midfield 3, and that goal would never have taken place. And if Donny van der Beek was in place of Paul Pogba in that situation, Bruno Fernandes still would have been up with Ronaldo, but van der Beek would have been back level with McTominay to make it almost double pivot. And he would have got pressure on the midfielder who was just allowed to carry the ball forward and then pass it out to Che Mills for a one-on-one. Paul Pogba just stood there. He was in the wrong position to begin with, bearing in mind that Fernandes, it wasn't his fault Fernandes was on the pitch, but once you realise that, you have to adapt. So he was in the wrong position to begin with, and he didn't bother pressing the player, didn't bother closing him down. Van der Beek, that situation never arises if he's playing there. And then you look at what he's doing for Everton. That first goal, just drifting around the pitch, asks for the ball to feet, doesn't get it, drifts into space, gets completely left alone on the edge of the box, whips a ball across, results in a goal. We don't have any players that do that. It's not a particularly hard thing to do, but we don't have any players that do it. We just don't. Bruno doesn't do that sort of intelligent movement. Pogba doesn't do it. McTominay doesn't do it. Fred doesn't do it. Both of these players give us things that we're truly missing. They're both completely different types of players. Like Martial has been mistreated ever since he got to Manchester United, in my opinion, but that's a completely different story. Donny van der Beek's been mistreated since he got to Manchester United as well. So you've got two players that have never really been favoured in the way that they should have done for the players that they are. But then you look at the players that Manchester United have got, and I've been saying this for a very long time, by the way. They're all mavericks. They're all players who want to do that one individual bit of brilliance themselves. They want to be the star of the show. You've got Ronaldo, you've got Rashford, you've got Pogba, you've got Fernandes. These guys are all individuals. They're not team players. And then you've got Donny van der Beek and Martial. Like, look at the way Donny van der Beek played for Everton. Committed, tackling, passing, keeping the game steady, keeping the ball moving quickly, playing the right pass at the right time. Who does that in Man United's team? Not got anyone that does that. Pogba sits there trying to dribble past players, in which time, 4 or 5 passes that he could have played are gone. Fernandes as well. Get rid of Pogba and Ronaldo. That's something we have to do in order to succeed. I know Ronaldo was great for Man United once upon a time. I know that Pogba is a very talented individual. I'm not gonna start saying that he's not. Ultimately, we've given him his chance at United. He's played out what should have been the prime of his career at Manchester United, and it's not worked. So we need to get rid of him, whether it's for free or whether we take some money for him, we've got to let Pogba go. We've got to let Ronaldo go, and we should be begging Martial and Van der Beek to come back. Because they're the sort of players that can knit play together. Martial can hold the ball up. That beautiful left-footed cross he put in for Seville as well. We haven't got any players that can do that. And I don't think Martial should play on the left wing. I shouldn't think he should play up front, but that's besides the point. He can hold the ball up. He works hard, contrary to popular belief. He's just not going to run after something that he's never going to get like Bruno Fernandes does. He's not going to do that. It's stupid. Donny Van der Beek, again, works hard. They both play creative passes. They both keep the ball moving. They've both got excellent, silky smooth first touches, and that's a really big deal. People don't get what a big deal that is. They're also not going to try and be too clever. However, they are both capable of brilliance in their own way. Martial's got tons of game-changing ability. Donny Van der Beek, very, very creative. We need to beg these two to come back at the end of this season. Otherwise, we're going to be going downhill. If we just keep signing individuals upon individuals upon individuals, it's not going to help. Pogba needs to go. Ronaldo needs to go. Bruno and Rashford, they need reality checks. They need to eat a bit of humble pie. Get Martial up front. Get Donny Van der Beek in the centre of that midfield. And then we will start to build something. Trust me. Right, thanks for listening, guys. Just thought I'd get that little rant out there. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.